Let's
Here we
get
go.
started.
This is Brittani.
Look back to our ancestors, and you'll see that men nowadays are weak shadows of who we used to be.
Good poetry
Back in the
writing.
prehistoric era, our ancestors were strong enough to take down saber-toothed
Very
tigers
true.
and woolly mammoths with
A
only the
natural
basic
instinct
weapons.
of it's
According
okay
to
to do
world-renowned
what happened to us.
anthropologist Dr. Peter
What we're
McCallum,
all right now
not
speaking
only could
about
our
and
forefathers
addressing.
easily beat Arnold Schwarzenegger in arm wrestling,
Or attacking
they could even pick him up and throw him. Fast forward thousands of years, and men are still men. The average ancient Greek sailor could row faster and for longer than even the most elite Olympic rowers today. And Roman soldiers, they regularly ran marathons wearing backpacks weighing over 100 pounds.
Roman.
But even our most recent ancestors put us to shame. Think about our latest generation, those brave men who fought for our freedom during World War II. Nearly all able-bodied American men proudly served, leaving the comforts of home to fight battles and deal with hardships that would leave most of today's young men, and I use that word loosely here, in tears.
Amen.
Can you imagine your average, weak, whiny, iPhone editor taking up arms to protect his
I cried when I first time heard this shit. I was like, I'm already in fear of that one.
And as it turns out, there's actual scientific proof that this decline in manliness is actually happening. And here's what's really disturbing.
Where do you need to prove that?
Studies show that it's only been going on for the past 50 years. You see, as a man, one of the key indicators of your health is your sperm. It's what you contribute to keep the human race alive and thriving, generation after generation. Can't be the only one, can it? Unfortunately, study after study shows that the average man's sperm health has plummeted over the past 50 years. A 1992 study by the British Medical Journal showed that men's sperm count worldwide dropped 50% between 1940 and 1990. This means a 30-year-old man today has 300% less sperm than his great-grandfather did as a young man back in the early 1900s. And as if that wasn't bad enough, this study also showed that during this same time period, the frequency of malformations of the male genitals have more than doubled.
Here it comes. This is weird right here.
Birth defects like missing, shrunken, or deformed testicles and penis, and a whole slew of other abnormalities.
Right.
Not to mention a
women already know their own, but damn, I didn't know about that one. That's male stuff. I don't know about male stuff.
And to top it off, over the past 50 years, the average man's levels of testosterone, that key hormone responsible for high sex drive, energy, a muscular physique, and the will to succeed, has fallen by nearly 50%, according to a study published by the U.S. National Institutes of Health.
You stay
healthy. Clearly, something is wrong.
Clearly.
Why, after centuries of success, vitality, and potency, are men everywhere just not feeling at their best, not living up to their potential in the bedroom, work, and in life in general? There's a very good reason for this. But before we move on, I need you to understand one
few things.
It's not your fault. There has been a genuine, honest-to-goodness conspiracy to pump you full of chemicals that steal your manhood. And what's more, the powers that be are doing all they can to keep you ignorant of how you can reclaim the drive, power, and performance that you deserve. In just a bit, I'm going to share with you
this is also like a sales ad for
this downward spiral for yourself and reclaim your manhood. But first, I want to share with you a very strange coincidence. Around 50 years ago, right around when the average man's sperm health and testosterone levels started to take a dive, a new everyday material emerged.
Here it comes.
Something that would forever change the way we live.
Way we live life. Way we live life.
In the late 1950s, researchers developed a breakthrough new chemical called bisphenol A. BPA for short.
Final. It's like laminal. Final.
To make almost anything out of plastic.
Bisphenol A. It's like a vitamin A for women, dude. Get it? Women. It's testosterone.
Into nearly everything we used, ate, or drank.
Commonly fucking sensitive woman, bitch.
Drinks, food,
get it to a man if you're under attack, dude. Get the war, get the battle, get the fight,
baby bottles and cigarettes.
Sorry.
It's in Whole Foods and Trader Joe's canned goods.
I love men.
It's in Coca-Cola,
I hate him, but I wait.
or any other soft drink that comes in
I love my
a
daughter.
can.
And myself.
It's in your Rubbermaid containers or Glad storage bags. It's in your ATM or grocery store.
Holy shit, woo!
You can also even find it in your red box.
This is all the places you can find plastic, dude.
It's all around us. It's everywhere.
It's inescapable.
And it's inescapable.
Unless we take it out of our shit, dude.
Made a few big
and that's by making a stand, dude. Take it out.
We're talking billions of dollars a year for companies like
Men are making a stand, at least.
GE Plastics.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's how things continued for the next few decades.
Everyone seemed happy.
Plastics corporations raked in massive cash profits.
Here is
consumers like
part of the war. Bottom line, draw the line.
For nearly everything in our lives.
He wants to just claim cash,
but then one day,
money.
Everything changed.
But out the penny, though.
In June 1993,
the bell,
at Stanford University Research Laboratory, an accidental discovery revealed the hidden dangers of this miracle chemical.
No penny.
Stanford's research team, led by Dr. David Feldman, noticed that when they switched their lab flasks from glass to plastic,
this is how they found out,
the human cells they were studying reacted as if they had been exposed to estrogen, the most powerful female hormone in the human body, the hormone that turns a girl into a woman during puberty.
That's when they changed their test flag strips from glass to plastic. How stupid is that shit?
BPA leaching
Scientifically, that's breaking law.
Looking closer, the scientists discovered that the structure of a BPA molecule was a near-carbon copy.
It is a
this means
scientific fact, which is like
constantly, since it leaches from many of the plastics in our environment, finds its way into your food, drinks, and even the air you breathe. Your body reacts to it in the same way it would to elevated levels of real estrogen.
Don't get fooled by the word near.
Feminizing changes such as lowered levels of
testosterone, here, it's exact.
Reduced sex drive, erectile dysfunction, loss of muscle mass, fat gains, especially around the waist and stomach.
Iron deficiency is also one of them.
Difficulty concentrating,
they don't catch that
low
here.
Energy, depression, even heart problems.
Oh, and gayism. Female is, you don't feel like yourself because of a man thing. You know you should be doing something, but there's some poison up in your shit that's preventing you.
Other scientists rush to perform experiments to
but you know you're a man kind of thing.
And soon the results.
But there's feminism, man. That's fine.
It was even worse than they expected. Study after study, each published by the prestigious National Institutes of Health, showed BPA to have serious negative effects.
People know, and they're putting a blind eye, or a woman putting a blind eye.
Erectile dysfunction, testicular cancer, male reproductive abnormalities like malformed testicles, abysmally low sperm count, and complete infertility. The exact symptoms men had been experiencing with alarming frequency since BPA's creation 50 years ago. There is clear, credible evidence in the growing number of scientific studies that link bisphenol A to the very health effects we see on the rise today, says Christopher Gavigan, the Executive Director of Healthy Child, Healthy World. Study after study reveals the disturbing truth.
SYNTHETIC.
A feminizing hormone-like chemical.
That near word that I told you to catch up, synthetic. They realize it's synthetic. It's fake, dude. And what they're telling
at the U.S. Centers for Disease Control found significant amounts of BPA in over 93%
and this is with a feminism. And they're already knowing that men either they get off of it cold turkey and go now natural, which what God, everything about yourself already is telling you to do. Is the only way. Then they're saying, well, if you don't want it that way,
so when
we're going to give you a synthetic shit.
Reached these companies' headquarters,
basically,
they realized that they had to do something.
And it's all tea.
Now,
and they know that's going to kill all of your natural production of your own testosterone hormone already. To take these pills, it does that damage, and then you're dependent forever on
the public. At first, these shady mega corporations tried to bribe the scientists.
What do you think? I'm so serious about this shit. I love you, man. I don't want a dick child either.
Damaging findings on BPA.
Around a dick
As one top BPA researcher, biologist Dr. Frederick von Saul from the University of Missouri told what happened to him in this report. Dow Chemical sent somebody down and said, "Can we arrive at a mutually beneficial outcome where you don't publish this paper?" Dr. Von Saul turned down the sizable offer from Dow Chemical, but this scenario played out again and again, with plastics corporations attempting to bribe scientists in exchange for keeping BPA's health effects a secret. It didn't work. The scientists held strong. These upstanding men and women were more concerned about keeping the public safe than simply making a buck. Then the plastics industry got even
more. Oh, the woman thing, I swear. Think about it.
The corporations then resorted to threaten these scientists with harm.
But I'm sure she's out
Thankfully,
there.
The scientists
a lot of men love other women that aren't cold bitches, cricket women.
Showing BPA's dangers.
So they protect them.
So the plastics industry had to resort to other, sneakier methods of manipulation. These corporations began to throw millions of dollars behind their own scientific studies, using scientists on their own payroll.
I'm going to learn.
They decided to create their own scientific data that showed that BPA was harmful.
That's sad. This is a woman's fight.
These plastics industry
every girl at least said it once in her damn life, or at least acknowledged it, which is insane.
No negative effect on human health.
Oh man, no, it is.
The BPA was good for you.
And there's a lot of
these industry-funded studies contain such obvious fabrication that it's almost disgusting.
Which are very, very great
According to the National Institutes of Health, there have been over 1,000 studies done on the negative effects of BPA. Around 90% by real independent scientists.
But there's lovemaking and everything of life. But unless you just morally want to destroy natural, then there's something wrong with you, and you're odd, and you're part of the problem.
The industry-funded studies claims that BPA is completely safe. Coincidence? I
love what to do with you, but I cannot pronunciate it.
The plastics industry went to the federal government, hell-bent on making sure BPA would stay on the market.
Your life is already in karma's hands if you fucking think about it. You're here.
Tobacco industry.
You can't get out of that one. Did you ever get hurt every day in life?
With the help of these
love nature out to destroy.
Data.
You love nature?
The industry was then able to convince the United States
you want to destroy nature?
To use
I'm going to destroy you.
Industry's own self-funded studies when deciding whether or not BPA should be labeled toxic. Ignoring the mountains of genuine scientific data showing
holy ones like I breathe it. I am it.
Even though BPA is now banned in the European Union and several other major Western nations, these shady lobbyists and chemical company interests continue to strong on their agenda and prevent the U.S. government from regulating BPA at all. Lois Gibbs, the founder and executive director of the Center of Health, Environment, and Justice, has said, the federal government's failure to prevent harm for American citizens is unacceptable. When will government learn to err on the side of caution instead of risk equations?
Thank you.
We are still exposed to an alarming amount of this